Thank you very much. Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for holding this important hearing, and thank you to our panel today for your testimony and your tireless work to shed a light on this important issue. So a little bit of my background. Prior to this job, ran a technology company, small startup run by two incredible female entrepreneurs. One, our CTO was from MIT, and we used to talk a lot about this issue specifically. I know we've made progress, but it's still unbelievably frustrating. I can't thank you enough for all your work. And I'm glad we're here today. And I want to first direct my first question to Dr. Johnson. In your written testimony, you recommended academic institutions diffuse the hierarchical and dependent relationship between trainees and faculty. You were just talking about that. Could you speak as specifically as you can on how we could actually do that? How can we incentivize that as Congress? Because it's such a unique and kind of odd structural arrangement that hurts us here.
Yeah. So in our report, just very specifically, you know, again, the widening of that mentorship circle and really thinking about widening the how funds are granted. What can be done through Congress and through our funding agencies is to set certain expectations for how grant receiving institutions must create these opportunities for changing the paradigm.
Great.
And this is another opportunity, obviously, for research.
Okay. But I'm trying to figure out how we decouple, because there's this notion that you're almost beholden to your superior no matter what in the academic world. So how do you kind of get around that, or how do we decouple those?
So what we recommend is that in the report is that you will always have a relationship with a senior faculty member or a mentor, but that should not be singular. That there's an opportunity here to broaden that mentorship circle, to create very, very intentionally a different model of mentorship so that a trainee is not alone in that singular relationship. And second, the funding piece is also quite important. And what we recommend is that we consider potentially pooling funds and having funds come centrally to the trainee as opposed to being directly handed over or that direct one-on-one dependency.
Great. And then another one of your recommendations has to do with better protecting claimants from retaliation. Yeah. Could you maybe go into that a little bit as well? You know, specifically, how can we do that?
Yeah. So a lot of what HR 36 is recommending in terms of really creating. Helping to create not only a different culture, but also helping to do the research that allows us to better evaluate some of the interventions we recommend, I think is important. The second thing is to really give the target of sexual harassment more agency in the process. And what I mean by this is really thinking about other ways that the target can have control over reporting. We know that there's underreporting. How do we make reporting safe? How do we create greater opportunity for reporting that is confidential? How do we also look at opportunities to report where a victim may not have to come forward, but can actually record the incident, timestamp it, and when they're ready, come forward. Mm-hmm. So the more agency we can give a target, the better they will. The more I think they will, we believe, will come forward.
Great, thank you. And then Dr. Cass, just want to drill down on Athena Swan a little bit. You were mentioning it earlier. Can you tell me about how that program's working today and what the interplay is between kind of the government versus the institutions themselves?
Well, from what I can see from across the Atlantic, it seems to be working fairly well. Universities across the United Kingdom want to become certified through Athena Swan. It is now spread to Australia as well. So it seems to have become part of the United Kingdom's fabric. And as I said, there are now some grants that universities would otherwise not be eligible to apply for were they not showing some measure of success in creating a more diverse and equitable environment for female faculty.
Fantastic. Thank you.